Hello all, welcome to my video. In this video I want to show you that Noelle is still a viable option today. When I started Genshin Impact, the game was fairly hard for me, because I was not very good at the game, but thanks to Noelle I made it to AR60. And as my thanks to her, I will show you how powerful she still can be today, with a hyperbloom team. Let's do a Abyss run with my Noelle. For this team we will be using a Raiden Shogun, Furina and Nahida. During floor 1 no difficulty was found. Even though the enemy likes to fly, it's no real problem, since the wide area coverage of this team, everything dies sooner rather than later. For this team I'm using a DPS build for my Noelle and my Raiden. Nahida is running a standard EM build and my Furina is running Golden Troop. You can opt to build Raiden with an EM build, but personally I have never encountered a Abyss that really requires me to do so. Noelle I feel has gotten a bit sidelined in recent years, even though she has found new teams she can shine in. Personally, I feel she is more valuable than Itto these days, because the current meta really requires Furina, and Noelle and Furina pair really nice together. For this team you could also replace Raiden with a Visual or a Yaimiko, as they are also capable of doing off-field electro damage. This is going to be depending on what you have available to you. Personally I prefer either Raiden or Yaimiko. You could also replace Furina with Kokomi or with Yelan. Just make sure your Yelan has plenty of ER to keep her burst up. Last up during floor 1 is the Hydro Phantom. This enemy does not offer much of a challenge, even though it's immune to Hydro. The Geo Dendro Electro element of this team make quick work of the Hydro Phantom regardless of its immunity. The majority of the challenge of this Abyss cycle really was in the first floor, with floor 2 and 3 being quite a bit easier. For those wondering, I used a Arlecchino team for the first half of the Abyss. I find this team really easy and fun to play, because Noelle, her healing capabilities and her shielding makes for a particular comfy playstyle, making this team very hard to kill. Noelle has several build options available to her. Mine is running a gladiator set, but she could also run a husk set. You could also opt to mix two pieces together. She is not a character that is super hard to build. My Noelle runs a red horn stone thrasher, but she could also work with a white blind or a serpent spine. This team could be viable for people that are looking for a Geo unit that could work well with Furina, that is not stuck to just mono Geo. What I personally like about her building options is that she can work with several artifact sets and she has several weapons available to her, making her a flexible character to build. If you don't have a lot of Geo characters built and you are fearful of the day that Imaginarium Theater will feature Geo, Noelle can be the maid of service for you. Thanks to the beginner wish, everyone should have her available, and she is definitely worth building. For a lot of people, she is going to be cheaper to build than wishing for Navia, Chiori or Itto, since Geo is not exactly the most loved element by the community, with good reasons of course. Magu Kenki. I hope he will leave the Abyss soon, because I despise him with his limited hit window and his fast dashes all around the map. It feels like he's been part of the Abyss for way too long. As we head to the last round of the Abyss and probably the easiest floor of the bunch, only the Perpetual Mechanical Array remains. The Perpetual Mechanical Array is probably one of the easiest enemies to find in the Abyss. A simple DPS showdown. Find the right Ruined Sentinel or Ruined Defender, kill him, another DPS showdown, and you should be about done. According to my poor math skills, this team cleared it in roughly 76 seconds. But undoubtedly, this can be done faster by a more skillful player that is not me. Noelle is definitely an underrated unit in my humble opinion, with her being hardly mentioned during discussions about the overpowered 4-star units ever. On the Acacia system, roughly 33,000 Noelle enjoyers decided to have their Noelles rated. Compare that to the almost 300,000 Xianglings rated. It's quite clear that not a lot of people have given Noelle a shot. Is Noelle as flexible as Xiangling? No, of course not. But is she deserving of that little praise? Who knows, why don't you try to build Noelle for yourself? She might just surprise you. I would recommend making sure you get her talent levels up nice and high, in particular her burst, since she is mostly burst driven. She also appreciates some energy recharge. For her substats, she is a hybrid scaler, with defense and attack, so you can finally utilize that 40 CV defense piece that no one is using. And that is how we conclude the Abyss run. Now let me give you a quick rundown of what my Noelle is running and her team as well. My Noelle is running on 80 crit rate, 230 crit damage, 130 ER, Geo damage bonus. She's running the Red Horn Stone Thrasher. Her Sans, crit rate, crit damage, nothing special. Her Feather, Elemental Mastery, crit damage, defense, crit rate, also very achievable. Her flower, defense, crit rate, energy recharge and some crit damage on it. Her circlet, crit rate, crit damage, HP, attack and some ER again. The geo damage bonus goblet, probably her worst piece. My Raiden, she's on the emblem set. She's running 57 crit rate, 195% crit damage, 271 ER, electro damage bonus like most, engulfing lightning, energy recharge. Her flower, very mediocre piece, some defense on it to honor Noelle. Her flower, attack, crit damage, ER, crit rate. Circlet, crit damage, ER, some crit rate on it. Anti-electro damage goblet, a pretty good piece I reckon. She's on constellation free. My Farina, 73 crit rate, 222 crit damage, fully HP build, 43k HP. She's on her signature weapon, Golden Troop, HP all round, Feather, crit damage, ER, HP. Flower, yeah, it's all very, very achievable, I would say. Circlet, HP. And the goblet, HP as well. She's on Constellation 1. And my Nahida, 52 over 160 crits, 122 ER, Dendro damage, she has 952 EM. She's on her signature weapon. She's on a combined set of Wondrous Troop and Deepwood. Feather, all very, very easy, achievable, I would say. Flower as well. Crit rate circlet. EM goblet. She's on constellation number 3. Nahida has triple crowned. So is my Farina. So is my Raiden. And so is my Noelle. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully we'll meet again. Bye.